Hi everyone, and welcome to Mod 20.1 to 20.2. Today we are talking about attraction and romantic love. Here are your learning objectives, and here is your vocab. Pause where you need. So let's talk about what influences our attraction to other people. So there's a bunch of different answers for this, or factors to this, I should say. And one of them is the mere exposure effect. So this is a phenomenon that the more we are exposed to novel stimuli, so novel stimuli meaning new things, the more we are exposed to new things, the more we like those things. So this could be a song. You hear it one time, you're like, not bad. The more you hear it, you get into the song, you really like the song. This is true with people also. So the more you experience someone, the more you are to like them. Obviously not always the case. Like you can decide you don't like something, you don't like it. But this is called the mere exposure effect. So they've done several studies on this. One study where they had a college course and they had 4 women that they rated, and they did a separate assessment before they chose these women, and these women were all rated equal in terms of attractiveness. And one of the women never attended the class. So the classmates never saw this woman. Another woman went 5 times, the third woman went 10 times, and the fourth woman went 15 classes out of 15. In the end of the class, when the students were asked to rate the attractiveness of the 4 women, the woman that they rated the lowest in attractiveness was the woman they had never seen in class. The woman they rated most attractive was the woman they had seen the most. So kind of proving that the mere exposure effect is a factor in what we find attractive. Another factor is physical attraction, so a physical appearance. So we use that as really our first filter to decide if we want to get to know someone. So there's been plenty of research on this, including things like speed dating, where it's just that quick minute or 2 minutes, and really that's just based on appearance. Like, is this someone that I want to get to know more? There's also been studies with blind dates where they've, looked at all of their factors like personality, intelligence, all these things. But when they match these people up, the people that said, yeah, that person was attractive, the only reliable predictor was their physical attractiveness. So physical beauty is its own separate thing, right? So that's our first filter, but obviously it's not the only factor. But in America, we spend so much time on this first filter. We spend more money on beauty than education and social service expenditures combined. More combined. So we believe that attractive people are happier, they're healthier, they are just overall doing better. So we perceive that to be true. Now, research tells us that is not true. But because we perceive that, we want that. We want social approval, right? We want to be liked, and we want to be happier, healthier, all these things. So for those reasons, people and companies can really prey on this this desire that people have, especially women, because of the message they are given in society. So if we feel attractive, we actually are more likely to go on dates, and we actually feel more popular. So if you start to act in those ways, like, hey, I am attractive, and you go out on dates, like, with that higher self-esteem, you'll actually attract more dates, or you'll attract more friends by that kind of attitude. We also teach this in multiple ways through the media with examples all over Disney and other children's movies where we have, or adult movies for that matter, like this Joker one, where we have the villain being ugly and the heroes portrayed as whatever society considers beautiful, right? So whatever society considers to be ugly, they're the villain, and beauty is the hero. So bad, ugly, and it's good to be beautiful. That's what we're taught. So attractiveness, like I said, does not actually predict our happiness. Attractive people are more likely to actually be suspicious of praise that they get for things like doing their work well, and kind of wondering if you're just saying that because of the way they look. And like I've already said through the example of media, our culture impacts and tells us what is beautiful. And that changes through generations. Just in America, you can see those changes. It changes culturally about what aspects of, what should a man have to be beautiful. For example, men's hair length, right? In some cultures, to have long hair is attractive, to have short hair, and even like within the same culture, but different decades, that changes. We also are attracted to people that are similar to us. So a lot of people think that opposites attract, but actually we are more likely to like people who share in our interests, they have the same attitudes, age level or range, intelligence level, economic status, same beliefs on things like religion, smoking, race relations. So when we're in a relationship, we tend to notice the things that make us different, but we kind of don't count up all of those things that make us similar. And that similarity is actually what attracts us to that person. And we tend to like people who like us. There's a reciprocity there. So if you like me, I'll like you, and then we kind of build on that. So if you want a friend, start acting like a friend, and then you will get a friend. So there are two different kinds of love that you need to know for this class. The first is called passionate love. So this is an aroused or alert state of intense positive absorption in one another. And this is usually present in the beginning of a relationship. When they say in the beginning, everything is hot and steamy, or like The Notebook, right? It's the one that gets portrayed often, and the one that society teaches you that this is what love always is like extreme passion. And what researchers have wanted to know is could other factors actually make you feel that passionate love towards your person? So they find that yes, they can. So for example, aroused again just means a level of alertness. So someone who is in that higher level of alertness from something like going for a run, or being really scared watching a scary movie, or laughing hysterically because something's been really funny, they will actually find their new acquaintance more attractive than those who didn't have those higher levels of arousal from those kinds of activities. But the problem with passionate love is that, not the problem, just the fact, it is fleeting. So when that leaves, it is replaced hopefully by companionate love. Companionate love is deep, affectionate attachment for those that we share our lives with. So this is about friendship and commitment. And there are two factors that really are important in maintaining companionate love that I'm going to talk about in a second. So again, it's based more on that affection piece, not on that, when you're in passionate love, you kind of feel obsessed about the other person. Whereas companionate love is something that endures, for years or decades. If a relationship is in passionate love and it's expected that it's going to stay that way, that actually could be very detrimental to the relationship. You're like, oh, well, the spark is gone and like I'm actually not in love with them. When maybe it was just that the love changed. So people that expect that passionate love all the time might be feeling uneasy about what's happening going into companionate love. So here are the two factors for companionate love to be successful. The first is equity. So this means like 50-50 in a relationship where each person is contributing at a similar rate. Now, this doesn't mean every day, all the time, like someone can get sick or they are like one person does this task, another person does this task, but it's about feeling like you are equals in the relationship. That's what equity is, feeling like you are equals. The other factor is self-disclosure. And this is true of any good friendship too. So when you reveal intimate aspects of yourself to another person, you grow closer to them. Or what we say in psychology is you're gaining an intimate relationship with them, meaning you're sharing those important facts of your life. And this is very important to that companionate love, to really know and be aware of how your partner is feeling and what they're going through. And they've done studies on this. For example, having two groups where one is just doing small talk, the other one is doing self-disclosing conversation. And the couples that were doing those self-disclosing conversations felt closer after the 45-minute period than the small talk group. So takeaways. The more we are exposed to someone or something that is new to us, the more we grow fonder of it. We know that opposites do not actually attract. We like and connect with people who actually share a lot of similarities with us. There are two kinds of love that you need to know. The first is passionate, and that is kind of that obsessive beginning of the relationship period. And then there is companionate love, which is based on equity and self-disclosure. So that sums up our mod 20.1, 20.2. And